Hi everyone, and I'm Skye, and I'm here to do the forecast for the week of Monday the 28th of December through to the 4th of January. So we're going through the new year. So happy new year to everybody. And we're going from 2020 into 2021. So let's see what the cards want to tell us. Well, we are in Capricorn season. So the sun is in Capricorn from December the 21st through to January the 20th. And that brings a lot of stuff to do with responsibility, ambition, time to work towards new term goals. And with this, the beginning of the year, a lot of people do, their New Year's resolutions. And I think that because of this big transformational year of 2020, I think maybe people's resolutions may be a little bit different this year. But what I think is interesting is it is a time for new beginning. It's a time to set new goals. We're going to have a big emphasis on, work ethics, long-term goals, what we want to do in the future, things that have come up for us this year and have changed our path a lot with everything that's gone on in 2020. We're looking at 2021 as being a new year of change. And so what do we want to do with that? It's also about a time, like I said, we are in Capricorn season. That's about practicality. It's about business. It's about new beginnings and being within our comfort zone, but it's also allowing us to step outside of our comfort zone to reach the goals and our highest potential that we can reach. So, it's also about the spoken word. The spoken word is about healing words. It's about being kind. It's about encouraging other people to be the best that they can be. And also there's going to be an emphasis of love and relationships and what we can put into our love and our relationships, how we can take things to another level, how we can open up our heart chakra and be able to receive and to give on a balanced level this year. So let's have a look at the cards and see what they want to tell us for the week of the 28th to the 4th of January, crossing over that new year. Well, the first card that jumped out here is that Knight of Cups. And knights are on a quest. This is in the element of water, and he's the bringer of good news. He's the bringer of joy and happiness, and they bring change, and they're on their horses for a reason. They're in movement. They're bringing the news. They're bringing joy. And he comes through the water of washing away and bringing in new clarity into the year. So we like that. And so as I spread these other cards down here, let's see what this cards are going to show us here. So, well, it's interesting. So the Death card. Now the Death card, which is the ending of and beginning of, this is a very appropriate card to have this week because we're ending a cycle. And we were in this, on winter solstice, the 21st of December, we went through this big conjunction that was to do with Saturn and Jupiter. And they are traveling together through Aquarius for the next year. This has ended a cycle and beginning a new cycle. And because this was put into the past position of the cards here, it's saying ending all that was and starting all new, along with the Chariot. So the Chariot is the vehicle. He sits there and he plays the harp. He doesn't have the reins. This Chariot takes him through this cosmos to where he needs to be rather than where he wants to be. So this is our destiny of moving forward and ending old cycles, going into a new cycle. I'm loving this is the King of Pentacles because, like I said, this is having emphasis on work this week and future projects. And this is the King of Stability. He sits there in all this beautiful lush growth of the earth, and he's got this beautiful big golden coin, and he brings stability. He brings grounding. And this is a year where we need to be focused and we need to be very grounded because as we move forward, this Two of Wands here, he has the world here in his hand and he's looking forward and he's saying, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And there's a lot of movement in this year. I think people may be moving house, people may be moving jobs, they may be moving forward. And kind of like last year, a lot of travel was put on hold, and people are going to start thinking along the lines of where they want to be in the world, where they want to go forward to, whether that be actually traveling somewhere or whether it be symbolic. I'm looking at another travel card here, which is this beautiful card here. And with the Six of Swords, swords are the element of air, and as they sit on the boat, they're protected by these swords, and they're coming out of the rough water and they're going into the smooth, and they're going onto this lush land. So this is a time very much for going out of old rough situations, and I believe that we're moving forward. I think that this is going to be a very successful year for us, but it'll be a year of great change. The Lovers card has come up, and I think that there is a big emphasis, especially this week, on relationships and where we're taking our relationships. This last year of 2020, like has keep going on, everybody had their unique experience because it was such a year of change, and it brought a lot of trauma for people. It brought a lot of isolation for people. It made people look at their relationships differently. It was kind of a year of make or break. And this is about putting new emphasis within our relationships, within our partnerships, within our friendships, and bonding new, bonding and grounding new energy towards the future with our relationships. So this is a very exciting time. This is also, which I think is interesting, this is holding on to the material. And he has a golden coin and he has the 2 under his feet. And it's saying, this is a kind of like holding on to our finances or not being too thrifty because there's news that's coming. With these knights and the Queen of Swords there, this is communication. And like I said, with Saturn and Jupiter traveling through Aquarius, Aquarius is in the element of air, and these are both communication, mind, and they also brings technology. So this is about traveling through communication, new communications, new technology, new ways of listening, but this is also about being a little bit thrifty. So because we don't know, we're still going through big changes. So this week is also an emphasis about family. A lot of us couldn't be with our families this holiday season. A lot of us spent time away from, family and friends, and a lot of our gatherings were a lot smaller. And, but it was a time of also being able to reach out, through social media, through Zoom and FaceTime and all that kind of stuff, and speaking to our families on a different level. New creations are going to come. It's saying, what have we brought, and what emphasis on what we want to create for the future. So this week, as we're going through this, basically as we're going through this week of the new year and spending the time finishing up, a lot of people are excited to get into 2021, and this is a time of victory, but it's also everybody's cheering at the side here as he comes in from this quest, and he's flying his flag here, and all these people are applauding. It's about wanting good things to happen to people, applauding people, giving people a tap on the back, giving people encouragement. It's been a rough year, and so we need to encourage our people. We need to encourage people within, who we work with, our friendships, people around us, for us to go on to new things and to have the courage to move forward. More communication. We had the Knight, we had the Queen, now we've got the King, and he brings stability, and he's the spoken word, and like I said, he's the mindful, so he's new learning and he's new grounding. And this is also about education and what we need to bring into our education. More nights of change. This is stability. He comes through with that coin, and he replenishes. So this is also the time of new beginnings with connection to our physical body, health, how we're going to, exercise, change our diets, change the way that we do things towards our physical well-being and also our health practices. So it's a good time to, not to take on too much, because every single one of those wands that he's carrying, he can delegate to another person. So we're saying finish up loose projects here. These are the pentacles and these are the work and the craftsman cards. So he's saying finishing up any loose ends this week so that we can move forward and walk away from what's no longer serving our purpose to be able to go into new work ethics. So, this is about working our goals, physical work, where we're going, how we need to change. A lot of people may change their jobs this year also, which I feel is interesting. So this is really a time of, we're going to close it on this because this is the Wheel of Fortune. And I really do believe, wheels are transformation. And in this deck, which is the Robin Wood deck, each one of those slices of the wheel has a different person in that. So this is an evolving doorway of who we've become, how we're transforming and moving through. But the Wheel of Fortune is also connected to our stability, our finances. And so this is a time of really taking a look this week, where we want to go, our stability, what we want to do in the future. Do we need to learn new things through education? Do we need to change what we're doing right now? Focusing on clarity, focusing on grounding ourselves and moving forward into 2021 so that we can be the best that we can be for this new year. And on that note, this is the week of the 28th to the 4th of January. Happy New Year. Namaste.